2 to 3 cups of vegetables a day, it helps to keep things flavorful and interesting. Pickling is a method you can use at home in your own kitchen that brings something different to your dishes. Today we'll be pickling red onion, but you can use this very same method for white onions or scallions, red or green cabbage, carrots, bell peppers, asparagus, green beans, or if you want something different, you can try it with radishes or jalapenos. You can also do a mix of any of these vegetables because the method is very forgiving. When you add pickled vegetables to your dishes, you are adding fiber. This fiber brings prebiotics to your diet, and the prebiotics support the healthy, good bacteria that is housed in our gut. We know that a properly balanced gut helps reduce inflammation, increase satiety or the feeling of fullness, and helps our immune system function better. You're also adding actual probiotics, or the good bacteria that live inside our gut. To make the brine, we'll add 1 cup of vinegar and a half cup of water to a saucepan. We'll heat this over medium to medium-high heat until it comes to a simmer. This amount of brine is for about 2 cups of cut vegetables. As your brine heats, you can go ahead and add your half teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of honey, or real maple syrup if you choose, as well as any spices that you might be using. Let your brine simmer slowly. It usually takes about 5 minutes for the ingredients to dissolve for your brine to be ready. I've got the red onions peeled and ready to slice. When you're slicing, try to make them as thin as possible and cut them into manageable pieces so they fit into the jar nicely. You can use a knife and cut by hand, or you can try a food processor with a slicing blade, or you can try a mandolin or a plain slicer. See how much fits in here. You can go directly into your jar. I like doing red onions because they actually turn out to be a little bit pink. So they're kind of a nice addition to your table. My favorite is on top of guacamole, but you can use pickled vegetables on grain bowls, lettuce wraps, sandwiches, salads, anything that needs a little bit of a punch. The honey and little bit of salt has dissolved in the brine, and I took it off the heat to let it cool just a bit before I pour it into the jar. The jar is quite full of vegetables, but the brine will seep down and around, filling the jar, and it will give you pickled vegetables in as little as 20 to 30 minutes. Be careful when you're pouring it in, and seal the jar very tightly afterwards. Place it in the fridge, set your timer, and you'll be good to go with something different, healthy, and colorful for your meal.